women, but the Gemara in Sota does mention the extraordinary efforts of the women in the generation of Egypt. Nashim Tzidkaniyot nigalu Yisrael miMitzrayim. Because of the righteous women of that generation, Israel was redeemed from Egypt. The Gemara refers to the women who generally helped raise the spirits of everyone in society, helped encourage the men to continue to procreate, and other ways that they lifted us up. But there actually are 4 specific women who not only lifted the spirits, but were directly responsible for saving Moshe Rabbeinu's life, saving the man who saved us, the Jewish people. And I would like to speak about these 4 women. 3 of them are quite obvious. Yocheved, Moshe's mother, who hid him for 3 months despite the decree of Paro. Miriam, who watched Moshe from the side and ensured his safety and delivered him back into the hands of his mother to be nursed. Bat Paro, who went against the decree of her very own father to save this Jewish boy and then raise him in the palace. And finally, the 4th, which is less obvious, is Tzipporah, Moshe's wife. When does Tzipporah save Moshe? Well, there's a very strange story that occupies only 3 verses in the entire Torah. Right after Hashem finishes speaking to Moshe, and he's going on his way down to Mitzrayim, the Torah tells us that Hashem wanted to kill Moshe. And what does Tzipporah do? To save her husband, she takes a sharp flint and she circumcises their son. She gives him a brit milah. And after Tzipporah does this, the Torah tells us that God releases Moshe and he is saved. And he continues his journey right back down to Mitzrayim. What are we meant to learn from these 4 extraordinary women who saved Moshe? And in particular, this strange episode with Tzipporah. Well, one thing that's clear is Moshe is not your typical leader. He's not born and bred from the people. He's an insider and yet an outsider. Moshe is someone who is Jewish but raised in the palace, and in a sense, he's a stranger in both places. So it's quite fitting that Moshe's saving would come from 4 women, 2 of whom are insiders, his mother and his sister, and 2 of whom are outside the Jewish people, Tzipporah and Bat Paro. And of course it emphasizes and it brings to mind one of the main messages of the Exodus, which is to teach us as a Jewish people the importance not only of our nationhood, which is hugely important, but also to be aware of and sensitive to the needs of those that are on the outs, the needs of outsiders, the stranger, the widow, the orphan. And the Torah tells us again and again, you were strangers, so that you will treat the stranger well. May we merit a redemptive Pesach. Chag Sameach.